Greetings, Fireside fans. It's Justin again, and we are continuing the Smash and Burn tour. Tonight we are in Green Bay, and we have just had an awesome event here at Gnome Games, and I'm here with Pat, the owner. Gnome Games is kind of interesting because there are 3 locations, and this is the first. We're actually doing them back to back, and this is the west. We're going to go to east, and then there's another one in Appleton. So tell us a little bit about how that got started. How you ended up with 3 stores?
Well, when we first opened back in 2002, we had a very small store on the east side, and we quickly learned that we needed more space.
I can imagine.
And we were fortunate enough to deal with a realtor who had 2 suites side by side.
Nice.
And Paula, my wife, said, well, why don't we open a hole in the wall and have play on one side, sell on the other side, and it was a genius idea.
Yeah, and this is back in, you were just telling me, 2003?
2003 when this facility opened.
This would have been a huge store back then. Like, unheard of. That's fantastic. And then you needed one more, apparently.
In Green Bay, we have this little thing called the Fox River, and it might as well be the Rocky Mountains or the Atlantic Ocean.
It's kind of a big
travel across, so we had numerous requests. Can you come back over? Did you guys close? So we opened another store on the east side. We did a little mall experiment.
Really?
An internal mall experiment that I can highly encourage retailers to avoid.
Okay, very good.
And then we opened into the other facility where we'll be tomorrow.
Nice, nice, very cool. Awesome. All right, well, we're here. It's a beautiful store, and we always like to give a tour, so let's take a look around. Obviously, you walk in, you get dice. Lots of dice.
Well, and we want to have everybody come in and say, hey, that's cool.
Yes.
It's spectacular, and be non-threatening. So, you know, as we look in, you know, we've got the Packer stuff going on because last night the Packer game was out.
Heck yeah.
But dice are safe. And then what do people look at? Towards the back, we've got the Catan. You can see that there. It's a name in Green Bay that's known.
Oh, nice. Okay.
And, you know, as you look around, all the classic gamer games don't show up right away. There's a few of them that kind of show up.
You're easing people in. Like here's a wall of puzzles.
That's right.
That's brilliant. People come in going, I sure would like a puzzle. We've got a million of them.
A few, not a million. I don't want a million, but no, it's really nice. And the young lady that we have managing this does a real good job in keeping it grandma friendly and having the things that, oh my gosh, I got to have it. You know,
Very gift oriented. I love that. I love that. And then it kind of eases people in. You got new releases here.
Yep.
And then some of the like smaller fun stuff.
Smaller fun stuff and puzzles, and then the classics. We try and group all of our dice together.
Right.
And then we go into the family game stuff. So on the back wall, we've got all the heebie-jeebies and the snake oil and the Cards Against Humanity. So you know, if they really need it, it's up.
It's up high. I like that. I like that. Very good. And your X-wing's up here. This is interesting. It's kind of early for X-wing, but it's also very pretty to look at.
X-wing, it'll probably get moved back to the back. But right now, Star Wars is hot, so it's something that we get asked for. It's comfortable, just like the Pokemon. Pokemon is still going strong, so that's front of mind. It's what our customers are looking for, and so we push that up to the front.
Nice, very good, very good. And then we make our way back to more stuff.
We do have a small Warhammer section here. We don't go deep into it. It's just enough to have it, and then we send them over to the store where we've got the miniature gaming.
Okay, that's nice. You can kind of split it up based on location like that.
Well, we have to. There's only so much acreage here, and we still have to have it to say, hey, we've got it as a game store. But when they want to play, we've got to send them over to the facility over there.
Gotcha.
We got tables for 25 guys 7 days a week, and it's different. When we group the small card games together, that's one of our most challenging areas because there's such a variety of cool things, and they're so small, and we've got to keep them visible.
And it's hard. You can't do them all face out. You have to go sideways with so much. Yeah, and that's a challenging size. Like as a publisher, we worry about that. Is that going to get lost in the shuffle kind of thing? Is it just too small? But yet a small box is easy to take with you. It's portable. It usually is really cost effective. So.
Right, and some of the manufacturers are starting to do some of the real neat drop displays. Like Yellow's got a new one coming out where with their Hero series where it holds just, I think, 8 or 10 games, and it doesn't take up a huge footprint. A lot of times we'll get this huge display for little tiny games.
What are you going to do with that?
Our sleeves, we don't have a huge selection, but it's enough to take care of what our customers want.
Nice.
And,
different sizes and everything too.
Oh yes, that lovely conundrum of Magic versus Yu-Gi-Oh.
Yes.
It's something that it's always a little bit of a pain.
Right. More shelves and aisles that are pretty much dedicated board games now, right?
That's right. We try and, as we get further back, we try to go genre or type of play. So we got the deck builders that seem to go together.
Gotcha.
And that's worked well for us. That's slid along with the living card games. Now, what'll happen next week when L5R comes out. Then that'll get an end cap for it. So Steve Jackson, I love them. They do a great job.
Exactly.
But, you know, we're known for L5R, and that's got to have a prominent place. So that'll go right here next week. You know, and the young lady that I have managing, Jocelyn, that manages the store, she does a really good job. One of the things she does that's I enjoy is she'll say, you know, like Munchkin's been here for 3 months. We haven't done anything with it. Everybody knows it's here. It's kind of slowed down a little bit. Let's move that over where something else is. And something that's sat for 6 months, well, all of a sudden we'll sell 3 of them. And
oh, I didn't know you had this. Yeah, exactly.
It just got in here. This does really well for us. That'll get moved up in the front next month with
Halloween coming and all that. Right,
stuff,
very good. Spooky games.
You know, and the big box games. You know, one of the challenges here, we've got 1,800 square feet, but it's not enough.
No, it never is. I like how you can front face so much, though. That's really, really nice. You can actually get a lot of these covers out there.
And then we start to go back into the classics. So, you know, we kind of have a transition with the chess here. And, you know, one of the things that we learned, and I guess I picked it up from Gordon down at Board Game Barrister, is we've got the high-end chess, but we also need the $3, $4 chess.
Right.
And as long as you're making the same margin on it, I can make somebody happy with that, or I can make them, you know, happy with, you know, $150, $200.
Sure.
And our co-op games.
We're big fans of those.
You guys, a little bit of that.
Yep.
And then we go into our kids section. You know, our hobby section in here.
Nice.
This is the stuff that we use for our family game night. So this is, you know, when we have a family come in or a teacher come in, this corner is where
Send them here. Nice.
You know, we bring them back here and say, hey, what is this all about? And
Actually, kids' book section.
Yeah, we got a little bit of Melissa and Doug stuff here.
Nice.
It's one of those things that with a hairdresser next door, what can grandma or what can mom stop in and pick up for the kids?
Nice.
And it's safe, and that's the big part of it. You know, they'll start with the tea set, and then they'll go into spot it, and eventually they'll be playing here kitty kitty, and away we go.
So. Boom, got them. Yep. Nice. You have a ton of play space, so you probably do a bunch of events, I'm betting.
We do events 7 days a week. My goal is to have people in here playing 7 days a week. We've got a fairly robust calendar, and like you guys saw tonight, we do transitions too. Where when you guys came in, Pokemon players,
they were finishing up,
and you know, then the guys came in for your stuff. Tonight, most of our Magic players went across town to play in a bigger release event that we've got going on. And it's also, tonight is an interesting night because it's also homecoming for a couple of high schools.
Oh, wow,
so, you know, it's one of those things that we need to look at the calendars and say, well, was this going to affect this, not affect this? But, and, you know, I personally prefer to have 3 groups of 8 players playing different games than one big group of 24. Because if that game goes stale or the manufacturer fails or people fall out of favor with the game, then I've got 24 players that I lose.
Exactly.
Instead of trying to take care of 8.
You can move them around, show them a new shiny thing. Yeah,
that's right. And that diversity is important for us.
So obviously, you guys are doing the Magic and the Pokemon. We saw that. You have a board game night.
We have board game nights. We run living card game nights. We'll do the miniatures over on this side of town because we have the acreage over there. The miniatures players will travel to the best place to play, and that's what they do.
Nice.
Role playing nights a couple nights a week. And it's just a matter of rotating through when the players are willing and able to get out. So like our HeroClix guys, they like Saturday afternoons. That's their Saturday afternoon is when we do it. You know, it's a matter of listening to the players and saying, you know, that's when they want to play.
Well, that's fantastic. That flexibility is really nice for your customer base. They have to appreciate that. Speaking of customer base, if people want to follow you, find out what you're doing, what's the best way for them to get info for you?
The best way to get info of what we're doing as a store is gnomegames.com.
Okay. Right to the website.
And then each of the stores has their own Facebook page.
There we go.
So, you know, if you're on the west side of Green Bay and you know you want to come here, then you go to the Facebook page. That's got the most current information.
Right.
And we've got something kind of cool that goes on. It's Gnome Games Community Outreach. Because we're out in schools. We play about 100 nights a year. We're out in schools or churches having stuff going on. And what we do with that is we'll bring the games into the school. We'll sit down and play. And I kind of think we're probably the best in the country for that.
Nice. Very good.
But then they'll follow us on the community outreach page. And the teachers and the parents are what follow us out there. And so we pick and choose what we show.
I love it.
It's,
that's great. You can kind of tailor to that audience too. Fantastic. A lot of good stuff going on. So, well, we'll continue this discussion probably tomorrow when we do the other Gnome Game store, East. It'll be that next one. So, thank you so much for having us.
Thank you guys for coming out.
Pleasure. And we will see you all next time as we do the next step on the Smash and Burn tour. Bye, everybody.